Nitya, your host for today. Without further ado, it is now my honor to introduce one of our esteemed keynote speaker, Dr. V. Vamshi Krishna, DGM at Mylan Laboratories Limited, Hyderabad. Dr. Vamshi Krishna have 18 years of experience in pharmaceutical formulation industry. Also, he completed M.Pharmacy Pharmaceutical Chemistry from Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences, Bangalore. He also published various journals in IJPS and other reputable journals. Ladies and gentlemen, as we eagerly await Dr. Vamshi Krishna's address, please join me in extending a warm welcome.
right? You can start. So, hi students, am I audible? Good. Namaste. Some difference, nothing. Some different change. So, very good morning to all of you. So, first of all, I would like to thank your VIPER team. So, principal and vice principal, my friend Dr. VVS Rajendra Prasad. So, for inviting to speak in front of you. I would like to thank all the team members. So brief description on my profile already shared the your speakers. Myself, Vamshi Krishna. So currently I am working with the Milan Laboratories Limited as a head QA of the head QA. So I have 18 years of experience in pharmaceutical industry. So prior to this, since 9 years I have been associated with this Milan Laboratories Limited. So prior to that, I worked in major companies like I started my career in Cadila Pharmaceuticals Limited in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. So I worked for a few years there. So then after I shifted to in Hyderabad, also a few companies I worked here, Arabindo and Hetero Labs, all these companies. Then after I also worked in a few of the companies in Vizag, like German-based companies. So since 8 years, I am working in this Milan Laboratories Limited. I am married. I have two kids. So personal and professional backgrounds. I did my M.Pharmacy in Rajiv Gandhi University Health Sciences. So your principal, we both are sit together in while doing an M.Pharmacy. So any expectations of this speaking? So any expectations from me today? Any expectations? What you are expecting from me that I'm going to speak in front of you? Jobs, your future, profiles. Okay. Any other expectations? So most of you are in which years? First year, second year, third year? So mix, it's a mix. First, second, third and fourth years. So you are going to complete, your third and fourth years very soon. So you are going to continue in a PG, or you want to come back to any academics or industries, or how it is? So you need jobs, PG. Fine, no issues. We have a very vast, portfolios in pharmaceutical industry, especially. So when I'm going to, speak about. Okay. No, don't. So I will try to share, I will first of all, I'm not going to, train you or teach you. So your teachers are there, so they are going to tell you what is, academics and all. So I'm going to share you the knowledge. So what I do or what we do in every day in industry. So there are some divisions are there in industry also. There are so many of divisions like APIs, formulations, clinical development, supply chains. Most of the departments are there. So I'd like to share you that what I do or what we do in a routine basis and how we interact with our customers. What is pharmaceutical industry as on date, and what is the future of the pharmaceutical industry. That's fine. Be loudly somewhat. Good. Pharma 4.0, some suspense. Let it keep Pharma 4.0 only. because nowadays everything is a version based. Robo 2.0 and iPhone 14.0. Like that Pharma 4.0. I'll tell you, it's an industry actually. I'll tell you what is Pharma 4.0 also. But meanwhile, most of the people you might have already Googled it, what is 4.0. So I'll go through first of all the new drug and the generic pharma industry, then after Pharma 4.0. Okay. So whenever you have any doubts, if you have clarifications, you can raise your hands. I'll try to clarify it. Otherwise, you can park all your doubts at the end of the session. Okay. So new drug development. So according to a report by the Japanese Pharmaceutical Manufacturer Association, the probability that a newly discovered drug compound will be launched as a new drug is only about 1 in 30,000. That means the launching rate is a 0.003% even after many years of research and development. So what do you understand from this 2 or 3 lines? What do you understand these 2 or 3 lines? If you develop a 30,000 molecules, the success rate is a 0.003%. So can anybody guess or assess that key how many molecules are invented or by a India or Indian pharmaceutical industry till date? Any vague guess? How many new molecules? How many new molecules my Indian pharmaceutical industry might have invented or sent into the market? Any vague guess also? No marks for this. How many molecules? Huh? Guess, you can guess it. There is no punishment for this. Wrong answer, there is no punishment. And right answer, there is no prizes. 40. Last. Any guess? As per me, no. As per my knowledge, no single molecule was invented by the Indian pharmaceutical industry as on date. No single, zero. You can Google it later. No. You know the drug, how the drug development happens? So it's just a brief history or journey. So 9 to 17 years. So new drug development. So for the identification of the target drug itself, it takes 2 to 3 years. So discovery of lead compound and lead compound optimization. And then after non-clinical studies, that animal studies we call. So that is for 3 to 5 years. And the clinical study, humans, 3 to 7 years. Then after application approval, I'll tell you what is application approval, all these things. See how many compounds they selected 6,52,336, and for by coming non-clinical itself it becomes a 75, and for application approval it's become 21. At least for this itself it took 17 years. And these are all molecules are most, not only most of the molecules are invented by the US, Japan, Germany, New Zealand, Australia, all these molecules. So then what we do in India? So then what we do in India? So what we do in India then? So every molecule is invented by the all other countries. What we do in India? What we do in pharmaceutical industry? Production. Good. So how we will do it? For this also, what is the production? There are so many ethics, rules, applications we have to follow. There are so many, government bodies are there, wherever, including India. If you want to, whatever the tablets you take daily, so there is so much of application process there for also. So what we do in India? Just for innovation, what innovation happens? How the innovation happens? So this is the small innovation. How the innovation happens? Can you guess what is happening there? What is happening here? You can read it. Ice. So in 1899, 1900, There are no industries or refrigerators. How the ice is happening? Natural harvesting, like crop harvesting. So when it comes to the 1900s and 1930s, so we created a factories and we manufacture ice. So now 1930s, every day in every room, everybody we have the fridge, and every room we are manufacturing the ice. But how the development, I don't know, change is happening. Just see it. Like that also, how the industry is developing now. How much the opportunities you have. I'll try to share with it. Okay. So this is the Indian pharmaceutical industry. I like to share with the basics of the pharmaceutical industry. So then after followed by the other countries, how the industry is it, what we do. Okay. So the pharmaceutical industry in India is a significant part of the nation's foreign trade and offer lucrative potentials for the investors. This is for the business point of view about. So billions of people around the world receive a affordable and inexpensive generic medication from India. So just read one more no, once again this line. I'll try to in detail about this words. So billions of people around the world receive affordable and inexpensive generic medicine from India. So what we do in India, I don't know, every country, what we do that three points we generally consider: quality medicine, affordable cost, on time delivery. What are three? On time delivery. Because we including you, once upon a time I am sitting there. So while I am studying the B Pharmacy or M Pharmacy, we are selected a field of healthcare field. That too, we are manufacturing the life-saving medicine of the patients. Tomorrow, today, or everyone so many in our house also their patients will be there. So we are manufacturing a life-saving medicine of the patients. So how much or utmost care we have to take while developing, manufacturing, and delivering the drugs, means tablets, capsules, medications. Okay, which also run a sizable number of plants to adhere the good manufacturing practices. I'll tell you what is good manufacturing practices. Start by the WHO, like so many bodies we can. For example, when you are studying, means you have a PCA, Pharmacy Council of India. So you are all people gone by. I think now this PPA also changed it to some medical council or some. I heard it exactly. I don't know. Like that, we have also some bodies. We are also governed by the GMPs, World Health Organizations, and followed by the US FDA, United States Food and Drug Administration, and all other regulatory bodies. So among the nations that produce pharmaceuticals, India has a long held and a top spot medicine spending in India, projected to grow 9 to 12% over the next 5 years. For example, nowadays in a competitive world with respect to the other industries like software, textile, telecom, or pharmaceutical industry, in spite of us, so what is the normal growth rate is for example, if you take 6 to 8% growth rate that is the highest growth rate. So among all these industries, pharmaceutical industry, especially pharmaceutical industry, have a 9 to 12 projected growth rate. So you can assume that among if you see the software industry or other industries, textiles, telecom, or any industries, the 5 to 6% growth is that is the highest. So leading India to top 10 countries in the medicine spending. So this is the brief structure of the pharmaceutical industry. So this is the pharmaceuticals, the APIs, and the formulations. So in API, this is the active pharmaceutical ingredient or bulk drugs, branded and generics, and in a formulation, branded and generics, and these are some subtopics like cardiovascular, anti-diabetics, gastrointestinal, neurological, anti-infectives, respiratory, pain, and gynecology. So do you have any idea of this slide only that for this first two active APIs and formulations? APIs, what is API and what is formulation? These are the basic industries in India or wherever you go across the globe, across the globe. These are the main two divisions: API or bulk drug industry and the formulation industry. Any idea what is API and what is formulations? So what is API? So what is API? And that means active polymer. What it mean? Therapeutic activities. So what is formulation? Finished dose, which we take the tablet, capsule, unit dose. So if you see then simple that means whenever in a non-pharma field also, whenever in my home my parents or somebody asks also, I told that I am working in a formulation. So I tell that he is working in API. So what is the difference of this API and formulation? How to differentiate those who don't know about the pharmaceutical industry? How to explain him? I'll take a very funny example. A funny example, there's somebody is working in engineering or somebody at home also. I work in a formulation industry, that API industry is different. So how to differentiate it? Simple example what I take, okay, atta, wheat flour. So those companies, this is the wheat flour, wheat flour. So we make chapati, finished dose. We take it. So nobody never will forget it. So these are then comes into some brandeds and generics and formulations also, brandeds and generics. So what is this brandeds and generics? Brandeds and generics is cardiovascular and diabetics. Brandeds are more or less just patented drugs, innovators, RLD, we call it as RLD, reference listed drugs, all these people. So we are completely here, generics, not only in complete India in generic industry, generic business. So what we do in India then? So whatever the already innovated molecules are there, RLDs are there, innovator molecule we call as the person who initially innovated that molecule we call as an innovator. They have the patents, all these things. So we have department like that. Key, what are the how many molecules are there in industry? So what are all the drugs having the patent expiring? So we do the lot of surveys, literature search. So then after uh, select some molecules, molecules for a generic development. So from here we start that key generic molecule development. The molecules which are outdated, patented out patented molecules. So we develop these molecules, generic pharmaceutical industry. So we are completely doing as on date. Everybody know if you take any any Indian organization, they do completely this one only. In this some formulation changes, there are so many changes are there, but basically it's a generic drug development. The innovators are completely now out of the picture. We are not doing, we are not innovators for any of the molecules. So we do the generic drug. What is a generic drug then? What is a generic drug? What is a generic drug? Some people maybe you might getting boring. No. So generic drugs are nothing but a pharmacologically equally active molecules when we compare it to the innovators or RLDs. Innovator molecules, the molecules which are patent outdated, we do a lot of research survey and we do a lot of the developments, once again formulations, pre-formulations, non-clinicals, clinicals, and we prove as a single line. If you have to say and say we have to say that these two molecules are equally potent or equally active, pharmacologically equally active. We have to prove to the regulatory bodies like what I told to the WHO, USFDA, we have to file an applications that these two molecules are equally active, so equally responsive. So then see here, already marketed brand name drug, innovator in dosage form, safety, strength, route of administration, quality, performance characteristics are intended use. They should be the same. These similarities help to demonstrate bioequivalence, which means that a generic medicine works in the same way, provides the same clinical benefit as that of brand name medicines. In other words, you can take a generic medicine as an equal substitute for its brand name counterpart. So that key we develop because it is not readily available that a complete formula that how the tablets are manufactured. We have once again we have to go permutation combination studies, formulation studies. We have to develop test it, stability we have to see that clinical, non-clinical. For all this happening, we have to file an application to the authorities. Then we have to say that both are active, no sorry, both are equally same. So then they will give approval. This we will do. Generic drug tend to cost less than their brand name, and counterpart, because of generic drug applicants do not have to repeat animal and clinical studies that we required for a brand name medicines. There are so many phases of the studies: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4, like studies, clinical studies. So then this abbreviated pathway is why the application is called an abbreviated new drug application. Generally, innovators do this part only, new drug application, and we do the abbreviated new drug application. Like that, it starts from the generic drug development. So how the generic drug development happens? So developing a generic product in pharmaceutical industry is a scientific and technical approach which is totally different from developing innovator product that takes several years and stages to be registered as an innovator. If you want to develop the innovator means several years, and after doing the several years, 20 years, 30 years, we may fail also. There is a chances is in the first slide itself, chances is less than 1%. So as in India we cannot affordable also that cost and all. So that's why we are into the generic business, generic market. So what is innovator and generic products? So innovator products are also called as a RLDs, reference listed drug, or a patented drugs. So innovator company or organization develop a medicine product by trial and error and must have to conduct an human trial or bioavailability. So like I told then bioavailability, bioequivalent studies, we do that we prove that my molecule and innovator molecule both are equally active. For example, if you see that Zentiva Pharma UK Limited invented an active named as a dicycloverine hydrochloride and marketed product as a dicycloverine hydrochloride 20 mg and 10 mg tablets. Another pharmaceutical industry, for example, Teva UK Limited developed a bioequivalent. So that means whenever we prove that as by these we take some plasma and blood or the samples in each interval for 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 days, the how this drug is active, then we prove that key bioequivalent product by conducting a bioequivalent study against the innovator product. That means whenever we are telling that key we have to administer both innovator followed by the generic drugs. So one day if you are giving to the innovator means innovators we have to procure from the industry or market. So if first day if you are giving the innovator molecule, second day we may give it to the this generated whatever we have. So we take the samples from the some we call as patients or whatever the subjects we generally we call subjects. So we collect the sample, blood sample, plasma sample, user samples, how the the Cmax, all these things check that we have to prove that these are both are equally active. So the product Gentiva is a innovator and the product Teva is of a generic. This is a basic difference. So what are the basic requirements for a generic molecules, generic development? So tomorrow, so just try to concentrate it, because tomorrow, if you want to come to the industry, you are going to do this one only, completely this one only. Whatever the R&Ds, quality assurance, quality control, production. So these are completely behind the whatever we do it. There are some mandatory rules to develop a generic product, and the following parameters should be same as that of a innovator for developing a generic. So it's not that my own I'll develop it and without it, because if my own developing means completely just releasing into the market means it's going to harm the patients first of all. Tomorrow you, me, and our relatives also being a patients. So there are some ethics there are some rules we have to follow while developing a generic molecule also. The API, active pharmaceutical ingredients, and its use, dose 10 mg, 20 mg, 1000 mg, like that. The route of administration. What are all the common routes of administrations? Yes, generally we follow the oral routes only. Otherwise, nowadays we are moving to the parenterals, all these things also. So development of generic product in pharmaceutical industries. The development of generic product in pharmaceutical industry requires a lot of research and scientific review. For that also we do the a lot of surveys, researches, that key how they might have developed, what are all the chemical compositions, physical combinations, all these things. To meet the target launching times, proper strategic planning is essential. So development strategy, generic medication makes the other hand must show that they are formulation and bioequivalent to brand name equivalent in terms of quality and performance. So when it comes to the excipients, what are the excipients? Excipients. So you told about the APIs, which are physiologically active. So these are also we added the excipients. These are an inactive or inorganic molecules. We may say that. So whenever we have to develop the molecule, we can know some products are 1 mg, zero point 0.5 mg, 0.25 mg also there. So we cannot take that 0.25 mg, 0.1 mg. That is not practically feasible also. While industry are also everywhere. So we have to do some formulation studies to improve the dissolutions, disintegrants, permeabilities, bioavailabilities, BA so we use some excipients. We call as the inactive. Manufacture and perform the qualities innovative drug products and formulation development as a few restrictions. The first one is that patent restriction considerations. So whenever we are doing the literature survey or literature search, whatever the molecule, while selecting for development, there are we have to follow the rules and regulations that key what is that molecule. So what is the route of administration? How still how many years that patent is having? So when the patent a patent is going to expire for that molecules. So we have to be consider all these things. So NDA and FDA and the new drug applications and drug product development with NCA new chemical entities. The FDA has approved drug products with therapeutic equivalent evaluations. So sometimes known as the orange book. So for example, if you have to, our market scope is of US market, we call as the US FDA, United States Food and Drug Administration. If our scope is into the Europe market, then we call as the orange book. So these are they publish their guidelines. For example, what is the guidelines for India? India CDSCO, right? In that also there are some schedules are there. So what is the schedule? DNC Act, you might have aware of DNC Act. So all this comes under the actually so for example, like I told now that US FDA, like Europe, you have to them orange book. So we have the DNC Act, Drugs and Cosmetics Act. There are so many schedules are there. Whenever you buy a medicines, you might have seen that in the label, scheduled H drug, scheduled H drug. So what is some every molecule you sorry every strip or blister you see that RX. What is that RX? In every prescription also you see the RX. Huh? RX. What is that RX? R for? Okay. Maybe nowadays when you are seeing the literature or Google, there are so many uh, explanations will come. What I learned while I'm studying in B Pharmacy, what my teachers what they told that key that RX is actually it's a RJ actually. That is it's RJ. It's a Greek word. Actually, it's a RJ means it's a Jupiter. They are praying to the Jupiter god in a Greek. So while giving a medication to this patient, Jupiter, please save this patient or get it relief from that. Nowadays, after that, it becomes RX. Okay, like when what I told you, DNC Act Schedule M. Schedule M we follow if you want to market any product in India. So in DNC Act there are so many schedules are there, but Schedule M is applicable to the pharmaceutical industries. So how the pharmaceutical industry should be. So Schedule M, that is. So RNV and contains before expiration of the patent, innovator holds the permission to manufacture a monopoly business. So I am the innovator, I developed a molecule, so I am the monopoly to the market. Whatever the price I quoted, yes. Because it's not that much easy, whatever you are thinking that the development of a new molecule. It takes thousands of crores and 20 to 30 years, and the success rate is a very less. If you are not going to success means all your investment has gone. Ultimately, we are in a healthcare industry, but ultimately we are doing a business. Ultimately, we are doing the business anywhere, software or anywhere. Business is also important. So how the ROI returns on investments also they look into it. So before selecting a generic product to be developed, industry should consider the patent status and the market share. Market share also it's important. That means whatever the anti-diabetes or anti-hypertensives or anti-cancers, whatever the molecule was selected, how much the market is there. So if you are selecting for anti-cancer medicine, market share is huge. like that. Reference product selection and characterization. As mentioned earlier, the bioequivalence of the generic product with RLD is one of the prime criteria for development of a generic product. So everywhere in my slides, it may be that key. The bioequivalence study is the most important. Whatever the tablet, capsule, injection, whatever you developed, it should be equal, biologically equal. When it happens to the patients, it should show the similar or same no biological or physiological activity of the patient. Then only that will be accepted without any side effects, without any side effects or very less side effects. Then only we can prove that my drug is equally same to the innovator, so then you may get the approvals. Otherwise your all efforts will gone. So reference product selection for US market can easily be done by literature sets of US FDA database and can be easily identified by the NDA numbers. So whenever you just when you go through the there is a website for US FDA we call. So they regularly come to our sites. They do inspect. They do check it everything whatever we do it. Target market selection, I just briefed about what is the market you want to develop: US, Europe, Japan. We call it as the JANS, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, whatever the market you select. So according to the population of that country, there are some zones. For example, if you say if you select the US market, means it's a cold or climate conditions. If you select to the Arab countries, there is almost 40, 50, 60 degrees centigrade. According to that formulation, their countries, populations, and their lifestyle, we have to be careful while developing a molecule or selecting a molecule. What is the market we are looking for? So manufacturing feasibility. It is always important to assess the manufacturing feasibility of a pharmaceutical industries. Feasibility report characterize the whole process of the development of a generic product. That means we are selected and now patent is expired. Now we have a molecule. I have a molecule name. So then how to develop it? Because the literature only name knows. We don't know, because that's what we call as the innovator. Only name some small some literature, some information will be there. There will not be full information that I did like this. So then how to by seeing the scientist how to select that a route of synthesis or formulation studies. So like this we use that key. To register a generic product in US, Europe, or other countries, to manufacture must have the GMP or MHRA approved facility to manufacture a drug. So GMP. So did you anybody heard of GMP? Yes, good manufacturing practices. That is the most important, term or an every day in every industry we have to that key GMPs we have to follow, because once again we are in a field of a manufacturing healthcare products. Once our drug or tablet is taken by the patient, means it should relieve his whatever the problems, diseases. Unless otherwise, if you not follow the GMPs, good manufacturing practices, it may create some other new problems to the patient. If you take in our home also, that key, we have to generally we always clean it, keep it hygienically. If you are not following, means it once again you may fall ill and you go to the hospital, you take the drug, and we are also not following hygienic conditions, good manufacturing practices. Once what happens? That means GMPs are the most important. GMPs are the most important when it comes to the industry, or when it comes to the next slides. What how much importance we give to the GMPs, you may come to know. MHRA, Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency. So it is for UK. The formulation development studies reveal that pharmaceutical industries have bear to 14 to 18% of the cost of their annual sales. Thus, developing a generic product is a critical decision taken by the industry, from where the profit is uncertain considering the tight regulatory requirements. So whenever we want to develop at least a generic molecule, we also see our budgets, that give success rates and how much time, what is the market we call. Then we go for a how much profit. Ultimately, profit is also important whenever we do it. So now here start from the development or pre-formulation studies. That before starting a lab-based formulation, extensive documentation study is carried out to assess the API, active pharmaceutical appearance, solubility, salt form, pK studies, assay, residual solvents, loss and drying of water content, even bulk density, top density. So have you heard all these words? This appearance, solubility, assay. What is assay? So to know the single word assay means to know the original concentration of the compound. To know the original concentration of any compound, we selected it. Then after LOD, all these things we do it that because in a pre-formulation study itself is the most important that is a compatibility studies. That means APA and excipients when mixed together, the compatibility should be important. If not compatible means during the shelf life of the product, it may create development of the impurities, degradations, all this will happens. So excipient selection and during designing the formulation method. So these are the excipients chemically. First of all, is that the excipients is a chemically inert. So they are not chemically active because if they are also chemically active means whatever the API we selected. So once again there is not be compatibility issues. So generally excipients are chemically inert or inactive. So then these excipients we use to develop or improve the disintegrations dissolution studies. When we the tablet goes to the stomach, so it should give the response within a water. If you want nowadays we are taking the tablet within 5 minutes. I need action. So how to improve all these things? Because API is not that much easy because of the complex nature structures. You know it. Everybody used to it. So when it comes to our stomach, what is the pH of our stomach? Huh? What is the pH of our stomach? 1.2. So with that, with that acid, with that, if the 1.2 acid, if you put in our hand, what happens? Burns. Then how our stomach is, resisting all these things. So whatever the drugs, tablets we take, so it should withstand to those, chemical at that level, that much acidic level also. So cheap, almost generic drugs, we try to dedicate affordable cost. We try to do that affordable cost and extra desired response which they are used it wherever we want it. So these are the some brief structure of the physicochemical characteristics, what we see it, physico-mechanical properties, in vitro studies, and the stability studies. In vitro studies means lab scale, and the stability studies. I'll tell you what is about the stability studies, how will we do. And generally, once the pre-formulation study is happening means we charge, every batch or every small batches, we charge in a stability chambers. We have a different stability chambers, like for example, what we briefly I'll tell you long-term accelerated intermediate studies like tell me. Long term means 25 degrees temperature and the 60% RH because that is a normal Indian temperature, but we may market our product in Arab countries. So there it's 40 75, 40 degrees centigrade 75. With the temperature also our product should be stable without any degradations. So we charge it, we do the stability studies every month, every 3 months, every 6 months, every 9 months, every 18 months, 2 years. We take the samples regularly and we test it, the description of say water by KF, dissolution, DT, how it is happening after over a period. Because today I am manufacturing means you may see the expiry dates of the each and every tablets you take that 2 years, 3 years. So with the 2 years, 3 years also the content of the API should be stable 2 years. So the further we before releasing to the market, we do all these studies. We charge in a stability studies, stressed conditions, forced degradation also we do it. Sometimes the product may experience the harsh conditions, 60 degrees centigrade. So what happens if the product experience the 60 degrees centigrade? We call it as a forced degradation. We force it to degrade it. So how it reacts? That kind of studies also will do that in that conditions also my product is active, there is no degradations, so then it will give into the market. Selection of the manufacturing methods. So how do you manufacture the product? There are multiple manufacturing techniques or methods are there. For example, we did the granulations. Did you heard anything about the granulations, extrusion, you are basic idea. Roller compaction, we call it as a dry granulation. So in first granulation we use the water or isopropyl alcohol, we call as a wet granulation. So in roller compaction, for example, few molecules are moisture sensitive, so we cannot add water for that. So, but still we have to produce the granules. So for the we do the dry granulation. We call it as the roller compaction, encapsulation capsules, and coating. So more few molecules, few tablets, whatever we could, color tablets. We do the coating. Why we do the coating? Everything, all are correct only. That is some, to mask the taste, or for the stability, or to withstand the some our stomach acid levels. All these things we do the coatings. There are some different levels of coatings are there. Then after the free formulation studies, the batch sizes we decide the batch sizes. Initially, we go for any very less batch sizes, 1 kg, very less batch sizes, 1 kg, half kg, 2 kgs, like that. And so formulation scientists design a unit formula. Then after the formulation scientists decide the unit formula. For example, if you take then a simvastatin or generally a metformin tablets, the API will be the metformin with another 500 milligrams. Then after there are so many inert excipients like microcrystalline cellulose, povidone. So all these are to increase the drug disintegration, dissolutions. So we fix the formula. Then this is the formula for this product. The formulation scientist will take the suitable percentage of excipients and will decide the target weight. So every tablet having the standard weight. It's not that one tablet is 100 mg, one tablet is 200 mg. That we fix that one tablet weight. Then it goes to the manufacturing. So once the pre-formulation and when it goes to the manufacturing, so there is a three other steps are the analytical method development and site transfer and stability. So what is this analytical method development? I seen most of the instruments in your labs just now. So what we do analytical method development. So till date, a formulation scientist of developed a formula. For example, if you need X molecule, metformin or simvastatin, he developed a molecule. He fixed the formula like that. Key API is a 500 mg, excipients are 20 mg, 30 mg, 50 mg, like that. That key he added it. So now I want to test it. Now I want to test that key is it 500 mg are correct or not, 1000 mg is correct or not. So we need a method. Just 5 minutes ago. Yeah. So every batch we release into the market, we test plenty of times. So for this, we need a analytical method. The manufacturing development is happening in a formulation lab, and it goes to the analytical lab. So we need to test the assays. So we need a method. So you have a very good UV, IR, GC, all these things. So we like this. We have also so many instruments. We test it continuously, regularly. That key. If I given a tablet of metformin tablets 1000 mg, is it correctly 1000 mg is there or not? It should not be a 990. It should not be the 1010. Because if it is less than means tomorrow you will say that it is not pharmacologically active. It is high means it may give some other adverse reactions. We have to be very careful. You may think that what happens sir, what happens in 1 mg, but when it comes to the 10 mg, if it is high means what happens sir. But when it comes to the industry, since daily every day I am facing those issues, you will surprised to see how the complaints posted on your websites that key, especially in a pharma in a foreign countries, US or in that key, he will take a tablet and that key, no, it is not active. You have to tell me the justification. You have to give me the justification why it is not curing my disease. At least in India, it is not there. If you are not working means okay, we'll take one more tablet. Or we once again we go to the doctor that doctor it is why my disease is not curing. But foreign countries it's not like that. We they post immediately in the website. Every small or every vague complaint also we have to investigate why my tablet is not active, why it is not working as it is intended to, like that. So we develop a methods, analytical methods like accuracy, precision, linearity. For example, 1000 mg of tablet is there. So that I will give you the 1000 mg. Sometimes what I will go, I will make it as a 1050. Sometimes I will make it as a 950. So my method, analytical method, should able to detect this 950, 1050. That means during the regular or routine manufacturing, if something happens also, it should be able to detect, yo, no, no, this batch is 1050 mg, it is not correct. We have to destroy it. Like that, we develop analytical methods. For that, we generally select the UV, IR, HPLCs, UPLCs, LCMS. There are so many instruments nowadays we are using it. Then after site transfer means, for example, if the R&D is somewhere else, then we transfer this technology to the sites wherever manufacturing sites are there. Stability. Just know I briefed about the how the stability studies will happen. So this bioavailability. Then after we send few samples after testing and all, we test to the bioequivalence clinical trials, and we select few subjects, and we administer our drugs. These are all generic drugs, equally safe, no need to worry. Whatever industry or market or some news channels, whatever you see, those are not being a pharmaceutical industry guys, we being a pharmacist, you should not listen, or you should not that key. You have to, at least you have to educate them first of all, that key some news channels industries you say that key, no, 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 yeah, they are not doing, they are using humans as like guinea pigs. No, no, it's not correct. First of all, being a pharmacist, being a pharmaceutical, career you have, you people have a right to clarify their doubts. You people can educate them. So before administering any bioequivalent drug, we do n number of studies. It's not that much simply we are doing it. We do the n number of studies. Then only it will be administered to the patients. For solid dosage forms, like solid dosage forms means tablet capsules, like that. We do the bioequivalent studies. Then after we fail we finally we file as a application. So my drug is ready now. I have the complete data, I have the stability data, I have the analytical data. So I file application to the, I go to any countries, whatever the countries, US, Europe, Japan. So we file an application that I'm ready with this drug. So you come and inspect us. If you give certain, that I will be marketing the product. So we file as a applications. So based on the applications, the regulatory, we call regulatory bodies. So they have certifications, like you might have heard para 1 2 3 or para 4s. You might have heard little bit about what is paragraph 1 2 3 4. The generic certified FDA that no patent information on the reference name medication has been, if it is like that, means para 1. So generic company gives certification that their patent has expired already. If we give the certification, means we have a para 2. So para 3 and para 4, like generic company gives a certificate that the patent information is invalid sometimes. Then we get the approval, then we go to the mass production, we call as the mass production. So I'll pause here for a short break. Then we go for our main topic of 4.0. Till now, are you happy? Is interested or something boring? You can tell us. We can shift to some whatever the interesting topics if you want. Thank you.
You sir, let's take a quick break, and I request everyone to gather back here by 11:15. Thank you.
So, welcome back. Had a short break. So, to make it somewhat interactive, so I would like to share one of the industrial experience. So, generally, what we do, how we interact with the regulators. So like that, what is the risk while manufacturing of the drug products like tablets and capsules. So regularly the inspectors we call as regulators whenever we till now. So we what we did, so we formulated our product and we filed to the regulators. So they come and they give an approval. So this was a basic what we did it. So now what is going to happen in the pharmaceutical industry? How your future? So in which topics or which areas you could concentrate so that key your profession so you are ongoing you are going to lead the industries in future. So in which areas or in which subjects or which topics you can concentrate so that key your future is going to be marvelous, excellent. So now the industry is changing it. Industry is changing. So we are going to till now whatever I told you, it's a traditional development. Till there since 50, 60 years it is happening traditional. So like patent expire, we develop it, we know certain. So now maybe not much, just 1 or 2 years onwards, we are changing it. Our thinking, our development is changing a lot with respect to the by using the technology in the healthcare industry. So a lot of technology is pumped into the healthcare industry. So how, once again, how we can manufacture a quality medicine with affordable cost, on-time delivery, and with less side effects. So there is a lot of opportunities in this now in a next generation of the pharmaceutical industry. So there is no doubt about that key how the industry is going to be in future. For example, if you take any other industries, I don't want to blame or any other industries, but some uncertainty is there. If you see the other industries or other subjects or topics like software, telecom, textile, anything, but healthcare industry, especially pharmaceutical. So you might have heard about the recent pandemic, COVID. So recent pandemic, COVID, how much uncertainty has created a business. So all you people are met during the COVID. So did you attend the classes, online classes? You want same once again COVID comes, once again you can attend online classes. So you people are attending online classes. Pharma industry, what they are doing? Work from home. Work from home. So the how the pharma industry did it this time. Pharma industry without going to the office, we cannot manufacture. So how we did it during this time? How we could have manufactured? How we are developed? By sitting in a home, we cannot develop. We cannot develop software. They can do it. So how you develop the molecules, how we manufacture, how we manage the business, especially see during the pandemic situation. Generally, we work for 8.5 hours. That's a government rule. But during the pandemic, we worked for 12 hours for 3 years because once again, so that because the population globe as they are impacting with some pandemic, so they need medications. Not only for a COVID, there are n number of people like you say that diabetes, anti-hypertension. We have to deliver the tablets, capsules to them on time to them. We cannot sit at home. If you are sitting in home means that's close the industry. So you can think it of the populations. So how we can manage it? How we could have managed it? So most of the times now we are changing. We are also changing to the taking advanced technology what is available in across the globe in other industries. For example, what is 4.0? So did you guess or what is happening here? Industrial revolution. Initially, we started with trains. Then after we invented a cars. So there are also see here manuals means people. People are constructing cars in industries. Then we used a computerization. Nowadays cars manufacturing, big trucks manufacturing, so they are using the technology for production. Now what is happening here? Like in farming industry also, next all these slides going to be completely what is going to be next 4 5 years, how the industry is going to be. It's a paradigm, a revolution in a pharmaceutical industry, how we are going to use the technology. So if you people are concentrated on these topics, your future is going to be there is no doubt or any question about how we are going to be. Like we are using what is this technology? What is the latest technology and software are there? ML. Yes. So pharmaceutical companies are looking to implement the Industry 4.0 facility standards. So like in every industry, generally when we started it's an Industry 1.0, so now it is a 4.0 is happening. So we are going to use a lot of technology in pharmaceutical industries. So to reduce the cost, to reduce the side effects, and see nowadays you are seeing how the diseases are increasing because of why these diseases are happening first of all. Why this much earlier, in our grandfather's time, there is no diseases first of all, very less. So now why this much of diseases are happening? Because of lifestyle. 99% because of our lifestyle and the global warming. So we see, in spite of so many sessions, government bodies, private bodies, everybody is doing sessions, but we cannot change nobody's lifestyles. Because of this, diseases are increasing. So how we are going to combat these diseases? So we are using the technology. So what is happening? So what is this 4.0 in the pharmaceutical industry? So you might have heard IIoT, Industrial Internet of Things. So we are going to transform the facility into a interconnected digital facilities. So Industry 4.0 standards can help you process, provide your real-time monitoring and controls, insights, predictive analytics. So what is meant by this predictive analytics means, so in a first session we covered that pre-formulation studies. So there are number of pre-formulation studies we have to conduct. We have to change the compositions to get the physiological or pharmacological effect. Further, earlier we are suggesting, for example, thousands of pre-formulation studies we are doing it to make it compatible, to make it pharmacologically effective, and that means with a less side effects. So now we are using the technology for all these things because there's a lot of time, money is involved in this formulation studies for developing the molecules. So with this technology, this is a predictive analytics we call. That we put everything in that what is it is going to be, how the because we put chemical compositions, also our body physiological, all these things we are going to put it in that it will analyze everything by using the technology, that it will give that key or how it is going to be. That's a predictive analytics. And however, the pharmaceutical industry faced increased levels of complexity when implementing the enhanced technologies and slowing down adoption. For a mechanical industry, if you use a technology, nothing, because only just one of the car or one truck is going to damage. But it's a healthcare industry, so we have to be very, very careful whatever technology we are using it. So in spite of these challenges, so we could able to succeed. That it is giving me a very good, very good response, especially if you take you once again this COVID pandemic. You all are aware. So how the globally how much it has impacted to the human life. So when was the first lockdown in India for COVID? March 20, maybe this time in the March 2020. So when was the first vaccine was developed? COVID vaccine was developed within a year, I think maybe by June 21, I had a first shot of the vaccine maybe June 21. So within a span of 1 year, the vaccine was developed. But what initially in the first slide of told this morning, I told it takes 9 to 7 years. Earlier there is no COVID vaccine, you know, no? Even know that. But how within a 1 year the COVID vaccine was developed? But I told initially itself that it takes 9 to 7 years. But within 1 year, the COVID vaccine was available, and we all are safe without any mask, free, everything. So how it has happened? Earlier, for developing a molecule, at least if you're daily working, also 9 to 7 years. But the COVID vaccine was developed within 1 year. So we used a lot of technology. Even we, we also part of that the system. We used a lot of technology for the development, so that we could able to succeed and we could able to save thousands, lakhs of people's life. So this is the same how the development happens, just linked to the morning session also. That the traditional paradigm is nothing but a change, phased approach. The scarcity of the molecule from the discovery. First of all, molecule there was a lot of scarcity of the molecules. After a long challenges, we developed a molecule, then preclinical, phase 1, phase 2A, phase 2B, then phase 3. That means animals, humans, different generations. No, the emerging paradigm. That means what we are going to do it. There are so many molecules are available with the technology. We can use it, and the preclinical studies. And we prove that everything is available, then directly go it. There is a lot of time, whatever we have from here now, there is a lot of time is saved with respect to the time, cost, on-time delivery. On-time delivery is also most important. Once again, you take the COVID vaccine itself. If you have taken the 9 years, means we don't know how today we are going to be. Even we can able to stand here, sit here up. Let's see how the pharmaceutical industries have saved our life with the technology. So the industrial Internet of Things is a collection of the sensors and instruments and autonomous devices connected through the internet to the industrial applications. So this network makes it possible to gather a data, carry out analysis, and optimize the production. Because while we are developing the molecules, main concern there is the compatibility issues. An API, excipients, all these things, when we mix it, so there will be a compatibility issues because of the stability. Last bench students. I'll tell you one small this one of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So you people are all blessed with that key. I think this institution was inaugurated by Honorable Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So I think one of the student when he was giving a lecture that why only always last bench students are developing a lot, they are becoming more. What APJ Abdul Kalam has told. What he might have told. Huh? They are very sharp by seeing the last bench also. They can develop they can rule the industry, they can rule the government, they can rule the countries. He or she. So this was some basic about the industry, how it has happened, industry 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0. So how the revolution is happening, especially in the pharmaceutical industries. How we use it. So just now what I told, the digital transformation, how we used it, how we developed the COVID vaccines with a short span of time. For example, if you take the development of corona vaccine is mono. First it was developed over Moderna. A remarkable success case of the utilizing the digital technology. By using the technology, so within whatever than 6 to 7 years or 10 years it took stage, within a short span of 1 year we could able to launch the even in Hyderabad also the hub of the vaccines like Bharat Biotech. We are all launched COVID vaccines, all these things within a short span of time. So what we did is But in this, the company gathered attention on the developing a digital infrastructure on the cloud aimed at high-speed drug discovery research by mRNA. Do you have subject of mRNA? This is no. Maybe in PGs. And completing the process of the discovery of a drug target through a market distribution to an unprecedented speed. And this company as digital native pharmaceutical company and actively utilize the digital technology for developing a vaccines. So vaccines, first of all, that key, they are going to combat the diseases. That means it is going to prevent. So instead of after disease and all, we are taking the medicine. So vaccines is going to, so all we might have taken all vaccines and all, they are going to prevent the diseases. So by using the technology, we are reducing a lot of time and cost. Note that AI is utilized in the development of novel corona vaccine was optimized for the development process and is said to have passed the testing only 42 days by learning the 20,000 of mRNA sequences. For example, if you want to see and if you want to literature do this 20,000 of mRNA sequences means at least it could have taken 5 years. But with this technology, when we opted and pumped into the pharmaceutical industry, we could able to complete it within 42 days. Now, what is the next technology? At present, whatever we are developing it's a mass production, and the mass production, there is a crores of people or countries of people. We are targeting it, and what kind of diseases they are having it, that they are facing it. We are now developing the molecules with the generations. So now in future, what is going to happen? That keep patient-centric developments. That means you cannot assume or you cannot think that even a single patient centric, how this patient is, because every single person's mRNAs, DNAs are different, it. That the patient centric medicine is going to be developed. At present, we have, we are targeting the lakhs of people, crores of people. Okay, these country people or this region people are having this kind of diseases. Now, going forward, it is going to be a patient centric medicines. Even single patient have a different kind of reaction to the different kind of drugs. So this kind of technology, this kind of medication we are going to develop or we are going to release into the market. How it is happening? The healthcare that had been an individual experience in integrating online and gradually eliminating the boundary between everyday life and healthcare. For that only we are nowadays, you are hearing from Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi also, the medical data gathering in the data bank is happening. Already it was started. Each and every person's medical data is putting its cloud. That whenever you get go to the hospitals, so your data will be there based on that patient-centric medicine will be given. In the next 5 years, such kind of revolution is going to happen. So like patients can reduce the time and effort needed to maintaining their health by utilizing all the healthcare process, including from prevention to the prognosis. So like prevention, the psychotic diseases, detection, medical examination, the treatment and continuous examination and the prognosis. So with this and all, you can nowadays you are going to forward away within your mobile phone itself. So the such kind of technology is going to come in pharmaceutical industries. So future vision of the drug discovery and the research activities. Once again, whatever drug discovery till date, what happens? Lot of literatures, go to the libraries, read so many books. Nowadays, and you have everybody having technology, mobile phones. Even when I am doing my M-Pharmacy, so I could have, that means I have one project that is synthesis and pharmacological evaluation of pyrazolopyrimidines for neurodegenerative disorders. So when I am doing in Karnataka, then I need some literature for this. So I took a permission for CCMB and IACT. So I went there. Did you visit the IACT? So whenever doing afterwards, you may not get this opportunity. So whenever try to try to go to the, like there are so many best government labs are there, research are there, like CCMB and IICT, Indian Institute of Chemical Technology. There are a lot of books are there. I'm not saying that every day go and read. I know it's not possible, but maybe 5 years once, being a pharmaceutical industry, visit the IICT literature research. You can get at least 1%. At least 1%. I'm not telling you to go and sit there and completely read it. If you get 1% of knowledge from that, so that is going to rule your career in future. That I can at least assure it. I do visited the CCMB and IICTs, did a lot of research, a lot of literature survey researches. Whenever time get, you just try to do it. So now the drug discovery, how it is happening. So advances in experimental equipment and improvement in sensitive functions. Full automation of cell culturing of synthesis experiments. Adding this 10 ml to the 5 ml, what is going to happen? Generally, till date, what is happening? We are adding it, how the reaction is happening it. But by this technology itself, that what it is going to predictive analysis. Is predictive. With this, we are going to reduce a lot of time. And tracking and implementing the digital scenes of the veteran scientists. Improvement of experimental speed and reproducibility by extracting, verbalizing, and leaving the tips, know how the techniques beyond the verbal descriptions. The hypothesis also, that means hypothesis means what it is going to be, how it is going to be. When I am doing such type of granulations, compressions, what I am doing, how it is going to be. This predictive analysis by using the technology itself, I am going to do it. The experiments exceeding the physical boundaries. The collaboration with overseas laboratories will progress even further by development by VR technologies and remote experiments. That means here the DMTA, the design, manufacture, test, and analyze. First of all, completely by using the technology only. Very less physical experiments. This is going to be industry in future. Since you people are into the pharma field and B pharmacy people, most of the people may be industry tomorrow going to be in drug discoveries, all these things. I'm just going to touch it, how the drug discovery is going to be in future. The future vision that lies beyond the evolution, such as drug discovery research capabilities, is fully integrated digital native library, not limited to the introduction of discrete AI tools and the digitalization platforms. So tomorrow, whatever the generic drug industry, if you want to become an innovator also, so industry always welcome that by using the technology, at least as a India, we can innovate one molecule. So by using this technology, data available, you can also become an innovator for any of the molecules. By expanding the digitalization to IoT and full automation of the test equipment, the sensing of the environmental factors such as objects of air, temperature, tracking of research investigations, and explorations thinking activities will achieve the ultra high speed DMTA cycles. That means that's what always when you're taking the key speed and on-time delivery, because how fast we can combat the diseases, how fast we can prevent them in spite of so many drugs, molecules we have, patients or people are coming with a lot of diseases. How fast we can combat, how fast we can prevent it with developing a good vaccines on-time deliveries. So like that. Generation of the qualitative and quantitative output beyond the physical constraints together with intellectual deliveries produced by the AI, which has a way of thinking different from that of humans, will become a commonplace. So somewhat think differently with respect to the traditional approaches. So what we are going to do best. These are the current manufacturing facilities, what we are going to do and what is for us, what is the scope where we can improve. Current therapeutic manufacturing facility operations range from analog paper-based process to minimal the deceleration end-to-end network connectivity to support the operations. There is a lot of data is generated. Data is important nowadays. Whenever any industry, whenever you are going to be, Data mining is going to play a major role in every industries. So how this data mining, that means the manual interventions are reduced. By reducing the manual intervention, because whenever the manual intervention is there, there are chances of errors also, error rate is also high, and the time taking is also high. So we are going to reduce the manual interventions, we are going to use the technologies for that, and data manufacturing process have data collection methods from sensors and siloed or connected to machines, manually log data. They need to develop the tools and the resources to make use of that data. Whenever any problem comes, we are going to review the lot of data. Day one, how it has behaved, first year how it is behaved, second year, because today we manufacture means 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, it should. So that we are going to collect a lot of data. For that we are using a lot of technology, and we do the trending and we do the reviews, all these things. So for this, these are the some four ways how the pre-distillation in the plant, the digital silos, and connected plant, and predictive plants. So all are predictive. That means we put some data in future after 1 year how it is going to be after 2 years, because of the trend data. If the day one, if it is for example 90%, the day 50 it is at 95%, so day 1000 how it is going to be, it is a predictive analysis. Nowadays still days what happened now, I am going to wait for 1000 days and then test it. So for 3 years has gone. So now by using this technology, it's going to be within a day one, how it is going to be, how its behavior in a day 1000. Like that we are going to use it. So the fourth industrial revolution moves from the connected predictive by utilizing the big data, so networking and AI and the machine learnings. All these technologies we are going to use. The access better, why we are doing all these things. Access better data, use advanced analytics to isolate the process issues and quickly respond to the bottlenecks. So while we are doing the manufacturing, there are a lot of issues in spite of so many controls, because all these chemical compounds will not behave same in the day one how it is behave, because of the impurities and so some other problems. It will not behave in day one and the day 1000 or remaining years. So by using this data, so we are going to use technology that how it is going to behave, reduce the mistakes. Automatic quality assurance process to reduce the labor cost and the concerns often associated with the human errors. That means I have to produce a tablet. With for that I have to follow some processes. If 10 minutes I have to granulate, means 10 minutes only. Some manual intervention is there. Because of this manual intervention, there could be problem to the end product, which we are going to deliver into the market. So with this, by using this automated techniques, we need to be in the same place where the manufacturing is happening. So the machine itself, it will control that key. 10 minutes where I am setting means 10 minutes only it will do it. Like some reactions you daily do in the laboratories. Evolve the state of the business, swiftly address the changes in the manufacturing process and the product variability. So once the manufacturing is happening, by seeing the market response, because no product or no drug is 100% pure. In spite of we follow the so many procedures, but there could be some impurities, there could be some side effects because of the APIs and the excipients we use it, because of this compatibility studies, because of the time. Okay, so by collecting this data, how the response is coming to the other patients, so what improvements we can do it by by reducing the side effects. Increase the efficiency using automation, optimization process, and accuracy in drug creation. So earlier, for example, if you take cancers or AIDS or some other diseases, earlier first of all there is no drugs for these kind of diseases. Now we have so many of drugs available for we can treat the cancer 100%. COVID vaccines. How it is happening? Because of this drug research, new drug research, because of using the technology, all these things. To realize this vision, hyperconnected value networks, manufacturers must employ a large variety of data and analytics applications such as predictive maintenance and advanced robotics and tracking and tracing of supply networks. The underlying data assets are the lifeblood of these applications. This data can be provide actionable insights by discreting patterns from data through human analysis, reports, and dashboards. So how it is happening means by collecting, we collect the data from the market, we collect data from the patients, we have the data banks. By seeing this, we do the improvements. We do the improvements with respect to the, with respect to the cost reduction, followed by the less destruction or less impurities with less side effects. We always do it. Predictive future outcomes, business stakeholders act upon using the advanced analytics on the historical data. The same thing. We collect the data from the market. So what are the side effects? What is happening? It is effective or not? After how many days it is effective? For example, if today it is effective or 50 days, tomorrow how can we reduce this time? I need within a 15 days only. Now it is for that we use a QTPP, quality target product profile. That now it is happening in 50 days. So tomorrow I can do it in 10 days only. So that easily then the patient will be cured very early. Enable some self-optimizing system that take autonomous action through self-learning and the self-steering algorithms with input from the historical real-time data. So these are the publications which are available in World Economic Forum. So if you want, you can also go through that. There are very good articles are published by the World Economic Forum with respect to the pharmaceutical industry, how the industry is going to be in future. So these are the top 9 innovations and the personalized therapies. This everybody knows what is this. Drone delivering pizza. Nowadays it is happening. Maybe Hyderabad is it started drone delivery through pizza? Not yet started. So you are eagerly looking for my pizza to be delivered by drone. You think about that it is going to happen very near time only. But if you see the other countries and it is going to be in future, that can like your pizza also, like now your medicine also going to be delivered through the drones. The personalized medicine. The personalized it is going to happen very shortest time, maybe in less than 5 years. This kind of technology is going to happen. A revolution is going to happen in the pharmaceutical industries. The precision medicine industry is a novel paradigm in healthcare. So instead of applying a uniform treatment universally, that means uniform treatment. That means, for example, today here 100 people are there. One disease, for a simple fever, I am giving some paracetamol. 100 people I am giving it. I don't know your response. How you are going to respond to this paracetamol? So now what is happening that instead of uniform, so medical practice utilize a person genetic information. So what genetic information you have, what are the mRNA and the DNA sequences you have, by that the personalized medicine is going to come. By using this technology, so we are going to develop the personalized medicine with the less side effects and with the early cure of the diseases. This approach involves scrutinizing the particular genetic variations associated with the disease, employing a sophisticated technology to decode the genes. Completely, whatever the disease you take, it depends upon our DNA sequences only, DNA and mRNA sequences and the genetic information. So by decoding this data, so we can develop a personalized medicine with your home delivery, like your pizza, and identifying the telltale indicators within the body. This technology is always in across the globe, 1 or 2 countries they are already using it. Sustainability and green initiatives. So this may be somewhat maybe it is not clear to you people, but being going to be future pharmacists, we are also responsible to reduce the greenhouse emissions, carbon emissions. How that means the pollutions. That means when you are developing a drug, there is a lot of waste are generating, which is going to harm to the environment. So we should be we should be in a scope that can, while developing the molecules, how we can how we can help to the environment by reducing the carbon footprints. Because by using this technology, we are going to reduce the the harmful wastes which we are going to put into the soil. Immunotherapy advances. Did you heard what is about the immunotherapy till date? Immunotherapy. Few people know it. Immunotherapies. Maybe most of the people, or some people would have heard that what is this CAT C cell, because nowadays complete industry or across the globe there are most of the people infected with cancers, all these things. Not only for cancers, for regular allergies also. Most of the people are allergic to some water allergies, dust allergies. We people the coughing, all these things now. So this immunotherapy is going to rule in the future. Immunotherapies. For that, how the pharmaceutical industries we are ready with all these things, because some trials are already happening with this immunotherapy approach is treating the illness by leveraging the body's natural defense. Our body itself is having so many of our immune system. Body means our immune system is always protecting to the diseases. In spite of our immune system works, there are diseases are bound to come. The how our immune system, because if any foreign body, when any foreign body comes to when we inhale it, it goes to the body, that our immune system is always active to fight that foreign body that he should not infect. So how our immune system is reacting. So with that technology, we are going to cure the diseases. So this is technology is going to use in pharmaceutical industries now. These modified cells are reintroduced into the body. So that, for example, if a person is allergic to some dust, so he always produces coughing or colding. So we take that mRNA sequences and how he or she is reacting to these allergics. So with this immunotherapy, we are just modifying it and reintroducing into the body, so that tomorrow this dust comes means he should know his body is no, this is okay. His immune system will not respond that allergic. This technology is going to happen. It's going already. It is under process also, resulting in a direct potent attack on the cancer cells. So notably successful in certain blood cancers such as the leukemia and the lymphoma, CAR T cell treatments have demonstrated the remarkable efficiency. But at present, this is a very early stage of this technology. But and a lot of cost is also involved in it. But in future, maybe a lot of CAR T cell treatment. Did you heard anyone? Few people may have heard it. In Hyderabad also now this technology is using now for treatment of certain kinds of leukemias. And digital therapies. What is digital therapeutics? Are healthcare programs that you may utilize in your phone or in a computer. So they provide sound scientific guidance on how to deal with the various health issues. You can use them in addition to instead of your normal therapies. Nowadays it is happening. It is also happening that there are so many of digital therapies. Maybe in all your phones, so always you might have busy with your Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. So it is okay, but same time whatever the profession we have, such kind of some apps also we can install nowadays. You can follow those people also. We generally it's happening. I know even I am there. Maybe in my when I'm studying it, there is no mobile phones, but so that I could not follow anyone on Instagrams, all these things. But being former people or whatever the profession, not only former people, so there are some other apps which for learning apps. You all know that IJPs, all these journals, LCVers, all these journals like Pharma Times. So if you install those kind of apps also, what is happening in the industry? How or where I'm going to be in future? if you want to continue your career in pharma field. Those are at least necessary. Whenever after completion of your graduation, you are going to if you want to be in academics, maybe no issue, not that much, but you got to come to the industries. So you may face some interviews. So they are going to ask you that, okay, what do you know about pharma industry? So how you are going to, how you are useful for me? How you are useful for me? Because he is ultimately is doing some business and these all these things. So how you are, what is, do you know what is happening in industry? So what answer you give? You have to be ready, no? Because it's in a competitive world nowadays. So who are all updated to the technologies, professionals? So they are in the top. Yes or no? In your family also, that how the digital therapies are happening it before taking some normal medications. So continuous manufacturing changes how medications are made, making them faster and smoother. Usually medicines are made step by step, which can take a long time and sometimes be uneven. The continuous manufacturing, that means you are telling me it's not that much easy to just go and manufacture a tablet and give it to the patient. It's not that much easy, whatever you are thinking it take the years, days, months, and lot of cost, time, everything is involved. In spite of that, there are so many challenges, problems, is going to affect you or not. So usually medicines made by the step by step. That is simply day one I'm doing it and I made a tablet and give it to him. There are so many steps are involved, step by step. Granulations, compressions, coatings, packing, supply chain. There are so many activities are involved. There's so much of time taking because once again I'm taking quality medicine, affordable cost, and the on-time delivery also important. Patient is impacted with heart attack and the tablet or capsule or injection is not available, it is gone already. So on-time delivery is important, no? Especially in medications. Not only any person I have met with accidents, the kind of medication is on time very important. Same every time and the better quality. If you take a tablet or capsule or injection today and taking in the same kind of effect after 1 month, after 1 year, also it will be the same kind of pharmacological activity. That is also important. Today we prepare one food means tomorrow or day after tomorrow, are you going to eat it? Why? Spoil, it will spoil. But your tablets are made, for example, 24. Your tablet are made in 2022 with the expiry of 2 years, 3 years. So how they are going to be stable? How we are going to be stable? Preservatives. Okay, that's correct only. But preservatives, maybe being academics, whatever you said, it's I say correct. But nowadays we completely prevented or banned use of the preservatives also. What are the basic preservatives? Just give me 2 examples. Very good, very good. Methyl paraben, benzyl alcohol, all these things. So today evening or tomorrow morning, so after this session, you just Google it. What are all the side effects of the methyl paraben, propyl paraben, benzalkonium chloride? Maybe once upon a time, maybe 10 years or 20 years, we don't have technology, knowledge. We use the preservatives. We use the preservatives. But nowadays, we are completely banned the usage of the preservatives. There are a lot of side effects with the use of preservatives. See, once upon a time, we don't have knowledge, we don't have literature. What we thought that, okay, today I manufacture, I have to, maybe in 2 years, 3 years, I have to add some preservatives so that it will be, same hygienic 2 years. But there are some side effects, lot of side effects, especially in preservatives. So now we stopped it. So that kind of technology, that kind of you should be aware at what is happening, why the preservatives are stopped using it. I cannot blame any industry or in that key. Earlier in 20, 30 years back, there is no certain kind of cancers. How these cancers are developed? Because of some side effects also there while developing a molecule. because of usage of some kind of preservatives, not all, some kind of preservatives. So nanotechnology in drug delivery. So nanotechnology is realizing medication delivery by using the nanoparticles and the nanomaterials to deliver medicinal products to particular parts of the body with extreme accuracy. You might have heard of nanotechnology, maybe, but you people are not experienced. You might have heard isotopes. So what is isotope? So how these isotopes are using in the medical industry, medical field? It's a theory, whatever you said, yes, correct. So you know how the isotopes are using in industry now? Hyderabad also, some of the medical companies, diagnostic centers. This isotope is injected to a patient or in a human bodies. It will circulate complete in a bloodstream. It will give complete picture of your body that key are you predictive to any kind of cancers or any other diseases. This isotope is sent to your inside the body. There you use the nanotechnology. You might have studied in theory, but it's practically also happening already in the market. With extreme accuracy, whatever the technology, especially nowadays, still there are a lot of challenges are there in what is there in our human body. We are only single, but what is there in your heart? How the body is reacting to certain kind of technologies, drugs. We cannot interpret, we cannot assume how the body is reacting it. So these microscopic particles may be precisely manufactured to release the drugs in a regulated manner, ensuring optimal drug concentration at specific sites while minimizing the impact on the healthy tissues. That means that it's a target administered orally or parenterally. That means this kind of nanotechnology, that means generally we have the problem in the stomach or intestine or anywhere. That means that place it is going, we are targeting that place, there it will go and it will start their action. Like that, like how the drones are delivering, means you have to deliver in this apartment, means it's a targeted. Simply we can put the address, it will go. If you put all these things, means like human body, it's not that much easy. So but that kind of technology also now started it, while minimizing the impact on the healthy tissues. That means, for example, if you are we have a problem in the stomach, means that intestine, for example, large intestine or small intestine, means it has to go through our stomach only. So because of the nature of this drug, it may disease some kind of it may impact some kind of tissues available in the stomach. So by reducing that key, we are without impacting the healthy tissues in the stomach, it is going to 3D printing in the pharmaceutical industries. Maybe you might have not about the 3D printing, how you are going to use it. There are so many drugs are available in the we are delivering to the other countries, not in India. This 3D technology. Pharmaceuticals have been significantly introduced the 3D printing, which allows the fabrication of the personalized medicine tailored to the unique needs of individual patients. We have some patients in across the globe that they come with the certain kind of diseases which are not in India it may not be available like that. So for that also we use some kind of technology, and like this 3D printing is going to be a solution for that. It's a new kind of diseases and new kind of preventive actions. So collaboration and open innovations. So that means like you academics, you are also collaborating with other colleges or other institutions or other universities. Like we are also collaborating with other best organizations in the industry. That key how best we can do it with respect to quality medicine target. In past, pharmaceutical companies are primarily depend on the internal R&D initiatives. So we have our own R&Ds. So now yet given intricacies of contemporary healthcare issues and the rapid regression technology, and a transformation is unfolding toward the collaborative ventures with external laboratories. We are also because we have to be fast with respect to the what is happening in industry in a competitive world. So we are going to collaborate with other industries or other labs or other institutions, and how we can use your knowledge with respect to the development of new molecules, like that. Regulatory evolution, everywhere it is there. Whatever you do it in an industry or in an organization, you have to bound to some rules. In a institution means you have to bound to some rules, like WHO, the World Health Organization. We have also certain limitations with respect to the regulatory aspect. Is whatever we do with the regulatory clearances. That means every country have their regulatory bodies. We have to reach out to them every time. We have to what we did it till date, how it is not going to harm or impact their country's patient's health. So we have to prove that key. I have developed this molecule with this certain type of data available, certain type of practicals. I did it. I have this much of data, so that you have to prove. You have to prove that everything is safe. It's a safe to take a patient. So then we take the regulatory approvals. Then we grab the market. In response to the rapidly changing pharmaceutical business, regulatory authorities are developing adaptive approval process for novel medications, like how we get for corona vaccine also. Earlier in the industry, in India also, if you have to release a vaccine, it takes 2 to 3 years of scrutinizing time. 2 to 3 years for scrutinizing it, because that much technology, or that much we are not equipped with that much technology or any manpower also. But it was this technology has made it easier. Nowadays we are getting in 3 months only by seeing the data. Traditional pathways and the clinical trial frameworks were created clearly drug molecules, but they fall short of integrating the complexity of current therapeutics, such as biopharmaceuticals and gene therapies and customized medications. So virtual pharmacists, the virtual online, so how we are reading this virtual pharmacist in in healthcare field, virtual. This is also happening already, maybe not in India, but I regularly interact with my customers who sits in US, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, all these countries, how they manage the pharmacies, how they manage and all this. Very less manual intervention. A virtual pharmacist works online to verify the prescriptions and process the inpatient and outpatient orders. This is going to be regularly. If you go to a medical shop, every day we go to the medical shops. Now how it happens? We gives a prescription. He gives whatever the prescription he provided. But nowadays it is happening that robotic dispensing. It is already happening in all the countries. In that, whatever some challenges are there, they reach out to that. This is happening like that. The robotic dispensing is happening with the patient centric, because the data, whatever we discover, there is a lot of data bank and the gene therapies. With that only, by seeing then how this, for example, if the X person means how his gene is there, genes are there, how these mRNA sequences are there. By seeing that only, the virtual pharmacist, that means online only. There is no man here. They will dispense the medications. If you want, you can. I don't know how this this link can be. I can able to show you, but it's okay. So innovative robotic dispensing system allowing pharmacists to spend more time with the patients, providing an exceptional level of care and services to help maintain and improve their overall health outcomes. That means in other countries, not in India, but pharmacists are why in India, where the pharmacist means they are in a medical shops only, they keep on dispensing the medications to the patients. But when it comes to the other countries, the pharmacists are more time they are spending with the patients. So the virtual pharmacies, the robotic dispensing system, if you upload the prescription, so they will dispense the medications. And what pharmacists are what pharmacists are doing then? So they are spending more time with the patients. that key how well, how confidence, how much confidence we can give to the patients to cure the diseases. So like that it is happening now. So any doubts till date, till time? Do you have any some clarification instead doubts? I can some clarifications or any any other expectations you are you have. Industry or any other professional career, how you are going to be. When I started or when I'm studying the B Pharmacy, maybe M Pharmacy, Doctor, I call him Doctor only, my friend. Always, when I'm studying in B Pharmacy, when we heard about the key, how our career, how our future going to be, surprise after joining the college. The big surprise already joined and we paid everything is amount we paid. Then after coming into a pharmacy, so how or where I'm going to be, what I have to do. 98 maybe 98 my B Pharmacy first year I started. So how it is going to be? They said that so after fourth year what I have to do, sir? Like you, so you will come to the industry, so you will get 4,000 salary. 4,000 salary. Surprised, but you don't know, you never believe it, how the pharmaceutical industry is, revolution has happened. Nowadays, I can confidently say, if you take my example or my boss example, you cannot, expect also that key how much salaries they are withdrawing it. What is the future of the pharmaceutical industry? They are more than to the other industries. Other industries, if you take means every 6 months, every 1 year, we use a bit some recessions. But you never heard about the healthcare industry. It's completely, I'm telling you, maybe see, when I'm sitting there, somebody, your teacher or like me, somebody is speaking that వీళ్ళు ఇలానే చెప్తారు. I know, but some people are there. Some people are there. They are grasping, whatever the people are saying. Now try to concentrate why they are saying it. Why they are saying it. It's going to be. It completely depends on our attitudes. How we take it. How we take it. It's going to be a marvelous. I'm telling you. I am in industry since 18 years, so I can see that how the industry is rapidly growing it. Please, anyone have any doubts?
Good afternoon.
Can industry? Yes. Yes. We can do it. Yes. So generic products, what I told you earlier, it is taking you 3 to 4 years. But now with the newest technology, within 1 year also we can launch a product. Once we are already ready, we are already ready. We our how many drugs are expiring, within the next 2 to 3 years. So we are ready with we are all from pre-formulation studies, clinical studies, stability data. Once it is expired means just go reach out to those regulators. That means most of the countries, market and wherever we have the business, wherever we have the money, we concentrate on those markets. We target to the USA, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, these countries. We are ready. That means day one we are going to launch it. We can do it. Only thing that is we have to be ready. That is simply writing on paper. You have to be ready with lots of data. How you have developed your drug product, how it is going to, how fast it is going to cure the diseases with a minimal side effects. We call it as dissolution studies, maybe disintegrating studies, like this. Thank you.
How are the virtual pharmacists important to the this field? Virtual pharmacist, because already a physical pharmacist who is working in the medical store or anyone,
Yes.
how is he? How is the virtual pharmacist more important?
So that's what. So that's what I told, that the virtual pharmacist is going to replace the physical pharmacist. And for example, if I am a pharmacist, means I am going to spend more time with the patient. At present, I am sitting in a medical shop and dispensing it. The virtual pharmacist and the robotic dispensing, we already completely filled the program that it is that will dispense the medication to the patient, and I will be with the patient. I am giving a confidence. Nowadays, what is happening in that instead of the taking the medication, the confidence which we build up in the patient, that itself is a 50% cure. So the foreign countries are opting this that the pharmacist is not needed to be in the shops. So he will be spending more time with the patients, giving the confidence that itself is a 50% cure of the diseases. I'll tell you one small story before concluding it. Generic normal story only. That one of the saint, that means Gurujis will be there, no? So they always predict the futures. So after 1 year, this is going to happen. After 1 year, who is going to take the divorce? All these things, nowadays you are seeing, huh? So we are more interested in such kind of topics. I know it. Our human beings are highly dynamic. Highly dynamic. Our human beings. That is the most toughest job of our teachers. Teachers comes means lecturers. The toughest job is that the keeping the students' brain in a single concentrating on the boards. That one of the strain is keep on saying that after 1 year it is going to happen like this. After 1 year, complete globe is going to destroy like that. Like this, some people are sitting in the same auditorium. So he want to challenge the guru. So he want to challenge the guru. So that he come with like this. He came. So one pigeon is there in his hand. So like this he is standing. Sir, you are telling that everything you know it. You are telling the future. So everything you can predict and you can tell us. So tell me one thing immediately now. That one pigeon is there in my hand. So is it dead or alive? I don't want to know after 1 year it is going to happen. After 1 month it is going to happen. So now the pigeon is in my hand. So tell me, is it a dead or alive? Tell me what that guru or saint. Think differently. Dead and alive are both. I know that same answers. Think differently. That's what that's keep on saying. Think differently. I'm sure that I'm just giving some clue. He did not told dead or alive. He told something different. That that's why he became a guru. Please mind that that's why he became a guru. That the pigeon is dead or alive. What he might have told. You can okay, you can also think what he might have told because he is already guru, everything. So what answer you have to give, that also is it. So he told that the pigeon's life is in your hand. Simple. I think people still are not getting. The pigeon's life is in your hand. Now are you getting something? That means so for example, if I said dead means he will let it is alive. If he said that it's alive means he will kill it. So like that, whatever the me or some speakers or your no teachers, whatever done, it's your own hand. How how the way you take it, it is going to be your future. Thank you.
So ultimately, everyone's future is our own hand. Okay, so no one can change anyone. Okay, and I want to add something like, okay,
It's okay.
there is a question like in the previous session, the how many molecules entered into the market as innovative molecules from Indian market or from Indian origin. Okay, the answer is like zero. Okay? So because what is the major reason is like we are not working on.
This virtual conference is already live in most of the countries. Thank you.
Okay. So the major reason why we are unable to bring a molecules or any pharma industry bringing the molecules into the market, here the risk, because after sending like 1,000 crores, 1,500 crores, I think you know how many molecules are entering the market from the research level to the final stage. Okay, so here in the Indian pharmaceutical industry are unable to focus on or unable to spend large amount of expenditure on the innovation. Okay, so that's the reason why we are not concentrating on innovative molecule, new molecules. Okay, what we are doing, for example, simple thing is like omeprazole. Omeprazole is a real innovative molecule, but there are 10 derivatives are available in the market. Okay, so we are preparing, we are changing like chlorine with the hydroxy group, like we are keeping the pantoprazole, lanoprazole, different derivatives of the omeprazole, but only the omeprazole is an innovative molecule. We have some other derivatives. Okay, there is no risk. Just we are changing a small thing, and we are going for the again approval for the local this thing, and we don't have any expenditures here. Okay, so that's why we are keep on focusing on like manufacturing process. Still, we are preparing or manufacturing a lot of pharmaceuticals and exporting to the US and other developed countries. And they are developing new molecules and sending the new molecules, new technologies to the India. So how much the amount or the imports and exports when you compare it, what is the 1:100? If you bring $1 from US to India, it is very difficult because the cost of the pharmaceuticals are very high. We are selling the pharmaceutical paracetamol tablet for the each tablet 1 rupee. Okay, we are sending like 50 crores tablets or 100 crores tablets daily to the USA market. But they are telling that exporting even one anti-cancer drug or two anti-cancer drugs are even costing around one dose equals to 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs. Even one CAR-T technology is costing one patient cost is 2 crores. Blood cancers, CAR-T. They are developing. They are the US, and now they are sending the technology to India. Maybe the production cost maybe is a 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs, but the margin is like 1 crore 90 lakhs is the margin Our margin is 10 paisa, 15 paisa, 20 paisa on each paracetamol tablet. So that is a major thing. But why we are still entertaining all these manufacturing units means India as a is a very big population. There is so many aspirants. We need to provide the job opportunity for all the aspirants population. Okay. So that's the reason why we are accepting to produce a lot of pharmaceuticals and even uh, uh, exporting the pharmaceuticals even with very low margins. Okay, so I hope you're enjoying the session, and I think afternoon again we'll meet with some experimental technology methods in the HPLC. Okay, thank you. And once again, thank you very much, Dr. Vamshi, spending with us and sharing your experiences at the different pharma industries. Okay, thank you very much.
It's a small token of gratitude from Viper sir for gracing us with your presence and for sharing your invaluable knowledge with us. I request everyone to have their lunch and gather back here by 1:30. Thank you.